the creatively named Noctua NM AMB15 Offset AM5 mounting bars. You see, the thing is, when AMD designed their AM5 CPUs, they put the I/O die in the middle, and they put the actual compute dies, the CCDs, down at the bottom of the IHS. This puts the hotspots of Ryzen 7000 CPUs in a very unconventional place. And you can see in Noctua's illustration here how this hurts the performance of a typical cooler. By having the hotspot down here, you can see we are overutilizing the heat pipes on this side and underutilizing the ones over here. That's where the offset bar comes into play. Watch this. By simply shifting the mounting mechanism 7 millimeters downward, Noctua says they can drop the temperature on your CPU by up to 3 degrees. This is because of two effects. First, it concentrates the pressure over those heat-generating dies, improving thermal transfer. And second, it means more effective heat distribution throughout the base of the cooler. So you're making better use of all of your heat pipes rather than over in water cooling through the ages, where we saw that from generation to generation, the performance improvements were less about actually just building a better water block and more about tuning the water block better for modern processors. So while Ryzen 3000 and 5000 can benefit from this offset mount, it's not to the same degree, pun intended, as Ryzen 7000 because those ones have much thinner IHSs. We'll be talking about that in a second. In typical Noctua fashion, it'll be available affordably for all their desktop class coolers going back to 2005. But, Linus, you might say, up to 3 degrees is not almost 20 degrees. What's the deal with the rest of that? That is where this comes in. These small plastic spacers allow Noctua coolers to be mounted to de-lidded CPUs, and they're the result of a collaboration with their Bauer. I mean, it looks like the simplest thing in the world, a little piece of plastic. How could that drop you 15 degrees? Except, the devil's in the details. Look how thick this is. So I haven't played around with de-lidded Ryzen 7000 yet. But it seems that to maintain cooler compatibility with the lower profile LGA socket compared to their last generation PIN CPUs, AMD made the IHS much thicker, which is contributing to some of the thermal challenges that users are seeing. The solution? Well, if you hate having a warranty, you can do this. Step 1. Get your hands on a de-lidded Ryzen 7000 series processor. Given they developed the products collaboratively, Noctua recommends the one from Roman sold under the Thermal Grizzly brand. They've been doing a lot of that collab sort of stuff lately. Step 2. Install a direct die mounting frame like this one, again from Thermal Grizzly. This isn't strictly necessary, but it dramatically reduces the risk of accidentally cracking one of these delicate dies as you're tightening down your cooler. I wouldn't even consider mounting a cooler direct die these days without one of these frames. Next, you're going to need some liquid metal thermal compound. Okay, you don't actually need it. But the issue is that the benefit of this modification with traditional thermal paste is very low, only about 2 to 4 degrees. This is because even though AMD's IHS is too thick, at least it's soldered. So it's pretty fast at moving heat from the hottest parts of the dies. I mean, it's right in the name, right? It's a heat spreader. So if we use a traditional thermal compound right on these dies, it can be somewhat overwhelmed by the concentration of these hotspots. Heat flux density is the term that Noctua used, but for all but the most technical of our viewers, that's unlikely to mean anything. So finally, you'll need Noctua's offset mount that I showed you guys before. Okay. You don't need it. But if you're going to avoid your warranty, why settle for 10 to 17 degrees of improvement when you can have anywhere from 12 to 19? That is the cumulative benefit of all of these little changes. Though, now that your warranty is void, there are a couple of more things to consider. Die cracking, that's less of a concern thanks to the contact frame. But liquid metal on any one of these little surface mount components would be a big problem. So I would suggest some nail polish or conformal coating or some protective covering for the ones that aren't already covered. And here's the coolest part. Noctua isn't even forcing you to buy this spacer. If you get your direct eye contact frame and all this stuff from other companies, they will make literally nothing providing you the STL files of these spacers on printables.com. But they're doing it anyway. Then all you need to do is source slightly longer screws, and they're gonna have the information about which screws you'll need on the printables page. Again, this works with the vast majority of Noctua coolers since 2005 and is launching at the end of July. But that doesn't mean that all cooling innovation is down to changing the position and voiding your CPU warranty. Meet the next-gen NHD15. It's got a whopping 8 heat pipes now compared to 6 on the original, and that's just the beginning. The heat pipes are optimized for better performance, optimizing wall thickness, wick structure, all that kind of stuff. But the big one is this fan. It's finally here after, 8 long years of product development. Their new 140 millimeter fan. And thanks to its incredible performance, giving it up to 3 degrees better performance compared to their old one on a radiator, they were able to increase the surface area of the fin stack here by 20%, meaning that this should be good for anywhere in the neighborhood of about 3 to 4 degrees of improvement over the already legendary NHD15. Now, of course, that's on a 300 watt heat load, so you better be running an Intel CPU. Ha! Got him! Which is why Noctua actually doesn't recommend buying this if you have a 65 watt CPU. What they would recommend is that I do this segue to our sponsor.
Thanks to SwitchPod for sponsoring this video. Are you a video creator looking to upgrade your on-the-go or vlogging setup? Look no further than SwitchPod. Compatible with any camera, from a phone to a DSLR, this handheld tripod was designed by passionate video creators like us, just trying to make their lives a little easier. It's lightweight, compact, and nearly indestructible, so you can experience the freedom of quickly switching between handheld and tripod mode in seconds. Use the 2 threads on the legs to add accessories of your choice and turn the SwitchPod into a full-blown video rig. Head to the link below and check out SwitchPod today.
If you enjoyed this video, what the hey, why don't you go check out our one on the development of the screwdriver, which this actually reminds me a lot of, because for better or for worse, I take a ton of inspiration from these guys, only shipping things once they are absolutely ready. Oh my god, that's your notes for this video?
Oh no, I have a tiny bit more stuff down here.
The point is, we thought RTX 4090 pretty fast, but could it be faster? Good timing for that. We're gonna be taking this 4090 Strix from its stock 450 watts of power consumption all the way to 1,000 watts. Then we're gonna be adding external voltage modification and chilled water cooling thanks to our ThermoFlex 5000 to see just how far this baby can fly. Fly, like this fly segue to our sponsor.
Corsair. Looking for a thin, high quality, and portable keyboard? Well then look at this, Corsair's latest keyboard, the wireless K100 Air. It's got hyper-fast connectivity and all-day battery life. Its Cherry MX ultra low profile switches provide an ultra responsive experience that'll fit your work or gaming needs. Check it out at the link below.
One of the coolest things about modern GPUs is their ability to dynamically boost their clock speeds in order to deliver the best possible gaming experience. But as you can imagine, they can't just boost infinitely. So there are 3 main factors that we need to overcome if we want to increase their performance. The first is the thermal limit. This intuitively is put in place to prevent your card from cooking itself in its attempts to run Cyberpunk at 500 frames per second. That we're not worried about today though, because 1, this cooler is totally overbuilt. This card survived at 80 degrees in a thermal chamber. It's frosting over already,
okay,
Alex.
I'm turning it off.
And 2, by the time we're done, we're gonna be running this quantum vector squared GPU block on it. Our main focus today then is how to overcome the other 2, the voltage limit and current limit. For voltage control, we're going to be using this cool little doohickey from Elmore Labs. It used to be that through software, you could just adjust the voltage on your GPU, but then NVIDIA went, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the email they sent out, and made their partners lock down voltage control. Thankfully, with a relatively simple soldering job and a USB-C connection to this board, that functionality can be restored. As for current, we were planning to do a shunt mod again like we did with the 3090, where we trick the onboard controller into thinking that it's putting out half as much power as it actually is. But this time, thanks to NVIDIA's control freak nature, it turns out we don't even have to. Floating around on the internet are modded 1000 watt BIOSes for the RTX 4090. Whether these came from enterprising users or were leaked from manufacturers, we have no way of knowing, but we do know that at some point in the development process, the 4090 was intended to be a much more power-hungry card, so we kind of suspect the former. And as it turns out, you don't even necessarily need to have a matching card to flash these BIOSes. Users have reported taking a mismatched BIOS, flashing it to their card, and it firing right up. So thanks NVIDIA for making all 4090s the same, I guess. Convenient.
Couple terrifying things about this BIOS. First of all, it removes temperature protections, which is
really?
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. We can just
super easy to cook it.
Yeah, and then Gare will come over here, murder us.
Yeah. And for another, obviously, it removes the current protection, which exists for a reason. So A, our power connector to the board is only rated for 600 watts, not 1,000 minus 75, 925 watts. And for another, the VRMs on this board are A, not designed to have 1,000 watts going through them, and B, I don't even know if they're going to be cooled by the block, because this is also not designed with 1,000 watts in mind.
That's probably fine.
It's probably fine. Before we do any of that, though, we need to establish our baseline performance so that we know if anything we're doing is even helping. This is our results for F122.
What is interesting is we can see that the performance cap reason is just voltage regulation. That is what's holding us back.
Okay.
And our maximum draw was somewhere around
390.
Yeah, 390 watts. That's a lot of watts.
We could do better, though. That isn't the only number we need, though. There is some performance tuning that we can do without getting super sketchy. By firing up GPU Twerk, really? Oh, Tweak. That makes more sense. By firing up GPU Tweak 3, my vision's going, we can adjust our power target, turn down, in some cases, our GPU voltage. No, we just crank it, really? It has no down. By adjusting our power target, our GPU voltage, our boost clock, and maybe we'll throw a bit of a memory overclock on it.
Sure.
We should be able to eke out a little bit more performance in a way we would actually recommend replicating at home.
Our power target's now 120, that's as high as it'll let us go. Plus 200 on the core, plus 900 on the memory, I think it'll be fine.
The hotspot is the one we're particularly going to want to keep a close eye on, because that's the one that, especially with so much power running through it, is going to spike extremely quickly in the absence of adequate cooling. I mean, it seems to be still working. Yeah, just let it do its thing. I mean, we can tell that the hotspot is the hotter one. Way to go.
Yep, it's very not happy. Yeah, we clearly do need more voltage.
Yep.
Should we just
send it?
Maybe it was our core clock. We'll adjust both at the same time.
Okay, here we go. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's nearly running at 3 gigahertz. That's pretty fast.
Okay, what are we limited by? Voltage.
Voltage.
Okay, if we want to get more clock speed, then we're going to need more voltage.
This is me pitching a ball that's impossible to hit. And I engineered it out of necessity because I'm facing off against the world's greatest wiffle ball players. Now, wiffle ball is the popular backyard version of baseball here in America. What makes it really interesting is the balls have these holes on one side, which means they can curve like crazy. But how does that work? And how do baseballs, or really balls from any sport, actually curve through the air for that matter? So today we're gonna test our way to find an answer to that question. And since I grew up playing countless hours of wiffle ball myself, I'm gonna revive a lifelong dream of going head to head against the pros. And I don't wanna give too much away, but I might have had to rely on my engineering skills to level the playing field. Now, the whole idea for this journey of discovery started with an impromptu visit to my childhood home in Brea, California. Last time I lived here was over 2 decades ago, so I'm just gonna go ambush him. I want a tour! Hey, what's up? I'm Mark. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I used to live here.
Kinda.
Oh, word got out. So after meeting the whole family, they were kind enough to let me take a walk down memory lane. Oh my gosh. If these walls could talk, you know? I used to keep my micro machines right in this little cabinet here. Up there on the roof is where me and Scott Glacier used to throw water balloons on my sister and her friends sunbathing down here. That's an option for you kids. I also took the chance to confess that all the holes in their metal shed were errant shots from a homemade crossbow I fashioned in 8th grade. There was a target. I wasn't very good at it, apparently. But what made me most happy to hear is how all the neighborhood kids still played out front all the time. Because while that may look like just a street to some, for us it was a soccer, hockey, basketball, and baseball stadium where long forgotten neighborhood legends were born. Where each game always felt so big, and the only thing that could stop us was when the streetlights came on, signaling it was time to go home for dinner. And to my absolute delight, they let me hop in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and call it right out of the gate. And look, I'm not gonna say it myself. Ah! But were there some murmurs that Mark, the long ball legend rover, had returned? I'm not gonna deny it. It's just like old times. This is great. Even at the mound, I was still slinging lasers. Still got it. And as invigorating as this was, it did make me question if I'd missed out on my true calling as a professional wiffle ball player. Because you should know, there are actually professional wiffle ball players. And while we share a very similar origin story, our histories split paths when they kept the dream alive and turned those adolescent visions of grandeur into the world's first pro wiffle ball league. In fact, this is Kyle as an 11-year-old, and now 14 years later as the league founder and commissioner. He told me every year starting in spring, 8 teams compete in a 4-month season, with players traveling from all over the country. There's a draft, playoff, a World Series, and of course for 14 years they've tracked every possible stat that is possibly trackable. As you'd expect, there's heated team rivalries and league legends like Jimmy Norp, aka the Norpedo, who's considered by many to be the best pitching, hitting dual threat in the league, and as the reigning back-to-back World Series champ, it's easy to see why. None of them get paid to play, so their truest compensation is the sheer thrill of victory in this game that has united them since childhood. He also told me they'd be playing in Oklahoma right around the time I'd be traveling through. I was finally gonna get my chance to play under the lights in front of an actual crowd, which meant it was time for the long ball legend to refer to himself in the third person and make his professional debut. And I was playing it cool, but right out of the gate, I spotted the unmistakable flowing hair. Who's the best?
Back-to-back champ in the house right here.
Of Jimmy, Captain Clutch North. This was definitely the big leagues. So how many per team?
We like to do 3v3.
So we divided up into teams, and it was game on.
All right, here you go, Jimmy.
Kyle connected early to get one man on, so it was over to the Red Baron to make it 2.
Oh yeah, Baron.
Nice. And that made it my turn. But I wasn't here to waste time just getting on bases. I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Calling the shot.
Over the green monster. With the street lights of my youth finally being replaced with the stadium lights I'd always dreamed of, this was my moment.
Uh-oh.
What? That feels impossible to hit. Now, just like in baseball, in wiffle ball you get 4 balls and 3 strikes. And it's a strike if it hits anywhere on the rectangular pipes, or more embarrassingly, the metal plate in the middle.
I'm sorry, team.
And with the crowd visibly unimpressed, I swapped with Kyle to pinch run at second base.
No! Everywhere I go, I'm getting out.
So we had 2 outs, but now that I'd cleared the cobwebs out, I could just sense things were about to change. Well, I think we all know I was always more of a pitcher anyways. It was time to give these boys a little taste of old school suburban California street ball, because Jimmy Norp's reign on Mount Olympus had come to an end.
Oh, whoops. Do you take a base on that?
And with that absolute dinger to center field, Captain Clutch had struck again.
That's witchcraft!
And look, I'm not proud of my performance, but in my defense, unlike the West Coast ball I grew up playing, in the pros, as you can see here, these pitches are moving 10 feet left to right. It's like the ball had propellers, and it makes it nearly impossible to figure out if it's a pitch you should swing at, or a pitch you should duck from, or perhaps both.
How did he do that?
And the rest of the game, unfortunately, was just more of the same. Although I am proud to say, in the 3rd inning, I finally got on base. And so despite all my best efforts, they narrowly edged us out for the win. This was not how it was supposed to happen. It was going to be a long plane ride home, but truthfully, a plan was already forming in my head to science the crud out of this and use my engineering abilities to level the playing field. And step 1 was to fly Jimmy and Kyle out to Crunch Labs to study exactly how they can curve a ball as much as they do. And after making a bunch of observations and gathering a bunch of data myself, I then marched them straight over to the home of the San Francisco Giants, because they're regarded as the team with the most advanced pitcher development program in all of Major League Baseball.
Wow, this feels pretty big.
And right out of the gate, I was incredibly relieved to see their elite players and coaches struggling against the Norpedo just as much as I did. But then it was into the clubhouse for the real purpose of the trip, to meet with Brian Bannister, whose deep understanding of the science behind a spinning baseball is sort of their secret sauce for developing all these great pitchers. And he's got the hardware to show for it.
When you use these concepts, you win World Series.
And so after that, I was feeling pretty good about my handle on how exactly they were making the ball curve. But as final confirmation on my suspicions, we also met up with the Stanford baseball team to run one last test with a normal baseball versus an identical one that was just missing the seam. And as a further point of indication, I'm happy to report their nationally ranked batters also fell victim to Kyle and the Norpedo. And so after my extensive data collection, research, and interviews, here's the answer as to how any sort of ball curves through the air. And it starts with a riddle. Let's say you're an astronaut on the space station and you go out for a spacewalk to fix a solar panel with your big wrench, and as you're heading out, you get distracted by the view and miss grabbing the handle, and now you're very slowly drifting away. What do you do to save yourself? And you might say, well, you just sort of swim your way back. But in zero gravity, as demonstrated here by an actual astronaut, you can flail your arms all you want, but your center of mass won't actually move. All right, so did you think of the answer? The trick is you throw the wrench as fast as possible in the opposite direction, and that will give you just a little push to slowly move you back to the space station. And this makes intuitive sense, right? Like if you're on a skateboard and you throw something heavy to the right, you're gonna move back to the left.
Nate, you had one job.
Well, this is exactly how rockets move around in space where there's no air. They create a chemical reaction from their fuel to make a lot of tiny wrenches, and they just throw them out of the back really fast, and the rocket naturally has to go the other way, just like you as an astronaut. So that's one thing you need to know, and the other is the Coanda effect, which states that fluids like to curve and flow around a smooth surface. You actually already know this if you've ever noticed how water will flow around a curved spoon. Well, air is also a fluid, and so it curves just like water, as you can see here, because the strings are following with the airflow as it turns the round corner on the frisbee. Okay, so now let's put those two concepts together. From the ball's perspective, air is rushing past on the top side here and curving around really nicely because the rotation of the ball matches great with the airflow. But on the bottom side, they're opposite. So there's sort of a head-on collision with the air rushing by, creating turbulence. That means more air curves around the top, which means more little air wrenches are thrown diagonally down, and as a result, the backspun ball moves diagonally up, just like the astronaut, causing it to curve up. The fancy term for this is the Magnus effect, and big light balls like beach balls are great for demonstrating this effect because they have lots of surface area, so they throw off lots of wrenches, but they're also really light, so the air wrenches have more of an effect. And now that you know this, you know exactly what causes the curve on tennis balls, soccer balls, ping pong balls, record-breaking basketballs, golf balls, and baseballs. With the baseball, the seams help grab even more air wrenches as the ball spins, but they also provide the pitchers a better grip so they can spin the ball even faster. Our normal versus smooth ball test confirmed this when the normal baseball with seams was curving so much more. By the way, this same principle is how frisbees seem to defy gravity, because air curves over the smooth edge, throwing wrenches down all around, turning it into a freaking jetpack. Now, having said that, you should know that the wiffle ball is very similar, yet slightly different than all of those. As long as you scuff up the side with the holes, which is something all serious players will do, then by comparison, this side is now much smoother. That means the air has a much easier time curving around like water on a smooth spoon, throwing down the air wrenches, causing the ball to lift towards the smooth side. And sure enough, when we check the high-speed footage, we see that in every case, the ball is curving towards the smooth side and away from the holes. So now whenever you see a ball curving, just think of tiny little astronaut wrenches flying off the back of the ball as it spins through the air. And now that I knew their secrets to ball curvature, it was time to use that knowledge to engineer some sweet revenge with an 18-second build montage. And so it was back to Oklahoma with the duffel bag full of surprises, addressed specifically for Jimmy North. But before we get to that, you might have noticed Crunch Labs has a new addition. My backyard. That's because to fight summer brain drain and make this your least boring summer ever, we created Camp Crunch Labs. Now, Camp Crunch Labs is a 12-week virtual summer camp featuring weekly videos with mega experiments that I do, and then weekly super challenges that you do. And the best weekly challenge submission of the whole summer, it's a platinum ticket to come out here with me for the biggest mega experiment of mechanism position you want to find yourself.
Fighting loopholes.
Unfortunately, my smugness was short-lived, because you don't become a professional wiffle ball player without a tremendous amount of hand-eye coordination. So with 2 runners on, it was time to level things up with this 3D printed, triple 10,000 RPM flywheeled monstrosity of a personal pitching machine, aka the Demogorgon. Now, the Demogorgon is calibrated to launch his cruise missiles at just under the 74-mile-per-hour speed limit on pitches in the league. The only problem is that kind of speed requires a lot of flowing electrons, and battery power soon became a concern. And that's just not a position you want to find yourself in with Captain Clutch at the plate, sadly giving them the first lead of the game. And I was concerned things would start to get away from me, but thankfully, Jimmy can't take every at-bat. And after a pop-up and a routine catch by the Red Baron, I'd survived the first inning with only 1 allowed run to show for it. For the first time, I was feeling good about our chances, which meant it was time to show the world I was more than just a final play of the inning, Baron capitalized on a bad throw to second for a potential inside the park home run. But there's a Major League Wiffle Ball rule where the strike zone doubles as the catcher. So if you don't beat the throw home, then you're out. And heading into the second inning, I was fresh out of batteries, so we had Kyle take them out. And after 2 strikes, they got on base. Or at least they would have if first base didn't go rogue. And now that first base had a taste for freedom, going free range with a top speed of 50 miles per hour, I decided to bring him back after seeing the Norpedo was up next. Because there was plenty more where that came from. But my dreams were crushed when he just norped it out of the park.
Oh, come on! Come on! Boo!
On the negative first, that needed some avenging. But I had a short-circuited first base that needed some avenging. To the bottom of the and with them ahead, lucky first base, and with someone would okay, Baron. We would have kept it going if someone wouldn't have struck out. Baron. Arm wasn't at volunteered personal pick zones. With power of pneumatics, I hadn't run out of gimmick strike zones, which gave my floater a bit more room to work with. So after getting 1 out with the generous strike zone, some good old-fashioned hustle got us the second, airline, which honestly felt a little like cheating, but I took the high road and let it slide. This time, with my modified slider. My second pitch got him with my modified slider. If I was really going to do this, I would need to rely on everything I had learned out from the north. By 1 headed to win, base hit second and as soon as I was my side for our team, okay, well maybe just one. No more tricks. Okay, well maybe just one more trick. With the blast, for it's like you're truly.
Where'd you learn to?
See up cake of wheat and every half is a slabs, and this is the perfect chance to visit Camp Crunch at summer camp.
gentle and folded sun. Often I heard your word fighting. Through the no sailor of a face. So the same check is what's at her. But a girl who gets used to this. Reach your passion, white or just. No cover food, yeah. Put it down, folks do it just stunning. She a body, body back. To wake up here, quiver, we tilt. She did the field, you love. You're a dead, deep, good child. Let a heart, say the dirt, no hurt, did you see? You know where it's all just for. But Christmas I linger down. And to fear by bigger in her. The other said she had no food
yourself to set on fire. The tears of blood,
life is in motion by default. If you wanted me to live, if you want me to forget, if you want us to pretend like we're civilized humans, trust is
the evil from the army, flashing lights from my man. Why the death and my
should sleep. Don't worry about this. We've got a couple days to do plays anyway, so. Yeah, 4 hours and 50 minutes or so. Let's make sure that my dailies are done. Missions done. And resin spent for the most part. Actually, I was wondering, is anyone free right now? Actually, no, I'll worry about it later. I'll just condense in the morning when I wake up. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'll just stay here in the area. Tomorrow is reset, yes. Resetting in like 40 minutes or so. Let's make sure that I've done everything I need to. I'm like 99.99% sure I've collected all of this. Let's go. I'm not sure. Watchtower. You good, right, T? Yep, gotta make sure to buy out the shop. Okay, this is done. This resets tonight as well. So tomorrow we'll do Spiral Abyss as well too. So let's go to the shop. Avalon's Bargain Stardust shop, and I should be. Yeah, I've got everything I need to buy. I don't bother with these here. So you just go. There you go. I can type, I promise. Right, you type rename and then type in your old name, like Raichi Senpai, and it'll connect it. Oh, I guess it already, you already moved it over? Oh, I think you changed your name before I used Stream Elements. That might be why. Yeah, that has to be it. Cause this is only counting from when I set up Stream Elements, I'm pretty sure. me getting screenshotted and put in the chat. I can't type. That's so funny. Okay, let's teleport back over here. No, they're gone. Ito's still gonna be here though. Yeah, Ito's still here, but I don't want to talk to Sarah just yet. Actually, I'm probably gonna want to play my dailies. Sorry, I didn't mean to just like fucking knee you in the back of the head, Robert. Gosh. Okay. This is for morning. This is done. I'm so sorry. I have to like paranoidly check this like 50 million times every time I close the game. 11 days? And I'm playing the quest now? I'm genuinely shocked. Like, I'm so shocked right now that I'm playing through it. And yeah, I know you don't have to buy it. I know it's just like, it's a cumulative of like what you get for the tickets. Oh, would you look at that? At least I did the Aranara quest, so I can do Yoimiya's thing. Check shop? I did check shop. I just did. I'm on Bargain Stardust, and I've got everything out of here that I could possibly buy. Well, not possibly buy. Like I could buy more stuff, but like even this, I'm not too worried about these right now. It's fine. I should start farming those things. Oh, now that you mention it though, actually, maybe I should because you do need it for the bow, right? Fuck. I can spare that much. I only need 750 for these, so 750 for these. And I usually buy out all of these as well too. I think I've got enough still to buy out everything I usually buy, but for sure when like Kazuha and Yutham come out, I'll have enough to buy everything as well too, so it's not the end of the world. That's good enough for Birdie Trail stuff, because like this one here, 180, I want to make sure that I'm saving myself enough. I'll check out the farm, it's fine. It's not like I have 9. Okay, well, I think that is about it for Genshin today. Goodbye, Genshin. Oh yeah, there was a point in time when so Miko says "jidanda," like throw a tantrum, right? And it made me think of this song. It's called "Jidanda Dance." It's by Juice. I'll share it in my Discord. Like the song is about like getting mad at things and like throwing a fit, and I'm like, that is so me. Now, before I open Star Rail and make sure that I've got everything done, do you guys want to watch the diagnosis with me? You wanna watch the diagnosis with me? Cause I wanna watch the diagnosis again. I love to watch it.
That's why rooming with Al Haytham is the worst. Oh, and another thing, he's been wearing
I
my
love it so
limited
much.
edition Weasel House slippers.
Harvey, stop complaining about Al Haytham. Besides, why would you wear your slippers? He's so much richer than you. If he wanted, he could buy thousands of them.
I love the art too. The art is so good.
I think I'm getting sick.
Not to mention Al Haytham, maybe. Kabe, as a forest watcher, I've seen my share of ailments. If you'd like, sign us help, I can diagnose.
Do you think this is serious? Tell me what you see.
Cheeks are sunken like an old man's as he dies.
What?
See, it's so good.
You got the most severe of cases.
That's just how my face is.
Posture shrunken. Nausea is your new routine. It's up to us to intervene and shed a light on what your symptoms mean. All the indicators tell us you're jealous.
Huh?
It's safe to say Al Haytham's great.
Have a longer break with Kit Kat Pops.
Nicorette Quick Mist gets to work on nicotine cravings in 30 seconds. Help give more power to your willpower.
The suit is inside the ring. Ready? You're supposed to put it on before it hits the floor. I went back in time. I completely broke the universe. Want some help? Wait, he's Batman?
Let's get nuts.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
The Flash. Only theaters June 16.
Aquapower Advanced Gel, the power of bioceramides and vitamin CG. Hydrate your skin's moisture barrier. Aquapower Advanced Gel.
Now you can trade in your old phone and get money towards a new iPhone.
Then we do the money dance. Then we do the money dance.
I know his mom has mentioned, yeah. I know, I've scrolled Twitter enough to see, okay? I've seen some stuff. I love him. I love them. Ads free? Beautiful. How about we restart the song? Uninterrupted. Yes.
That's why rooming with Al Haytham is the
What
worst.
stuff have you
Oh,
seen?
and another thing,
More than
he's
I
been
can
wearing
talk
my
about on
limited
Twitch.
edition Weasel House slippers.
Not important. It's a
Complaining about
comedy
Al
story.
Haytham. Besides, why would he wear your slippers? He's so much richer than you. If he wanted, he could buy thousands of them.
Ah! On top of everything else, I think I'm getting sick.
At the mention of Al Haytham, maybe.
Kave, as a Forest Watcher, I've
I
seen my
love
share of
them
ailments.
so much.
If
I
you'd
love
like,
them
with
so
Sino's
much.
help, I can diagnose you.
Do you think this is serious? Tell me what you see.
Cheeks are sunken like an old man's as he dies.
What?
And from the bulging of your eyes, you've got the most severe of cases.
That's just how my face is.
Posture shrunken, nausea is your new
It's
routine.
so good. I love this so much.
And
Shed a light on what your symptoms mean.
all the indicators tell us you're jealous.
Huh?
It's safe to say Al Haytham's great renown in Teyvat brings you down.
They tell us you're jealous, you're diagnosed. Let's toast to nature's laws. Your symptoms have a cause.
This is crazy. What makes you think I'm jealous of Al Haytham?
It's his look, it's his vibe, it's his status as a scribe. Bet you nag him like a
Art is
spouse
so
because you can't
cute.
afford his house. It's the clap, clap, claps he got. It's acting grand sage. Do you snap, snap, snap because his youth reminds you of your age? Turn the page. It could be the fact that you want his wage since you're always short of Mora.
You know that like I'm not Flora.
For a second, just reflect and respect.
I love
our
the
intellect. Our
instruments in the
theory isn't off
background
the cuff, it's
too.
obvious.
I've had enough!
It's so good.
Fellas, he's jealous.
Come on.
No wonder why if I was broke as you, I'd feel pathetic too.
As clues accrue,
They tell us you're jealous, you're diagnosed. Let's toast to nature's laws. Your symptoms have a cause. You've been in denial a while, but it'd be best if you confess the way you really feel. You'd share it, we'd hear it, your spirit would soar. There's no need to conceal what could help you to heal. So tell us you're jealous, we're jealous, 'cause we've been there before. You'll share it, we'll hear it, your spirit will soar. Tell us you're jealous, the truth is a useful tool. Tell us you're jealous, let's move
Oh, I got a
on
jump.
so we can duel. Tell us you're jealous, you don't
Not to play pretend. Tell us you're jealous, and this song will never end.
I'm jealous!
I
knew it.
Al
love it so much. It's so good. I knew it. It's so. I still think like my favorite part is
Like
like
an old man's
my
as he
favorite part of the whole
dies.
video is
And from
this
the bulging
one.
of your eyes, you've got the most severe of cases.
That's just how my face is. I love that so much. It's so funny. Like, I've been seeing it as an ad lately. Seeing what as an ad lately? Hi Hawk, by the way. Hello. This video? There's no way this video is an ad. No way. Are you serious? They made it an ad? No way! I don't get ads, so I wouldn't know. Dog, I would sit and watch the whole fucking thing if this was an ad, like straight up. That's amazing! I love that. That's so exciting. Yeah, my house doesn't get ads because I have premium and we have that set up. My parents watch way too much YouTube for me to put up with listening to very loud and long advertisements in like the middle of the night and stuff, you know what I mean? Senpai! Gosh, I can't. He's so like... He's so silly. I love them. They're my favorite. I love Comment. I'll hate them. Honestly, I didn't really... Okay, it's not even so much that I didn't care for the Sumeru cast at first, but like, really, I didn't become attached to them until like, I don't know, a little earlier, like, in the year. And like, I'm really sad that we're gonna be leaving them soon. I might cry when Fontaine comes out because of like the connections that like we've like made with like the Sumeru characters. Like, I don't know, Inazuma didn't feel the same. I was like so excited for the next area, but now I'm like, I don't want Fontaine. I'm like sad that Sumeru's Art Conquest is over already too, you know? Like, I loved it so much. It was, yeah, Inazuma was so hostile. These characters in Sumeru though are just like, they're my favorite so far. I love them. Like, I love Mondstadt too, and Liyue obviously, but like, I don't know, I love Sumeru characters. They're so good. He's so cute too. I'm so glad we got Kaveh. Kaveh was the cherry on top. Kazuha, okay, yeah, Kazuha's cool too. I'm gonna be sad and I'll see Candace or Dia for a while. I know! Yeah, Hoyo does technically have the right to use the video. When you submit them, they probably got that like, oh, you give full consent to blah 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 blah, you know what I mean? They had the sweet spot with the Sumeru characters. They really did. I love them so much. I'm gonna miss them. I love Alhaitham and Kaveh so much. They're so good. Well, I already closed Genshin, didn't I? Well, I want to double check my Star Rail stuff though before I go to sleep. So let's check Star Rail real quick, like. Gonna do the boxing event? I'm gonna. Just like, I'm lazy. Not today because I just don't have time to. I'm more so just checking the stuff for the monthly reset and the daily reset on Star Rail right now. I'm Eccentric, hello. What good? But yeah, I love the Sumeru characters. I'm gonna be so sad once we leave them. Hoyo Lab, check in now. Oh shit! Yeah, it's June now, so the Hoyo Lab. Daily check-in reset. Why am I not signed in? I'm literally signed in. Oh, it's just a glitch. Okay, weird. o'clock. I'll go back to Surreal. Stuff. I also broke my free-to-play. Five days left to do the event. We will fucking get there eventually. Trust. Trust. We'll get there, and I'll get the stuff for it. How many days do I have until... I have 5 days left for this banner. Okay, hear me out. I want Danheng, but I kind of want more March constellations, and I also don't have Tingyin yet. So, like, should I do a 10 pull on this banner to see if I can do it? I'm gonna do it right now. I just wanna see if I can get another March constellation, because I do use her. Okay. Time to see what fate decides for me, I guess. At least it's a 4-star. I say at least, like I don't want Jingyan, but... Give me 2. I use that for March? No? No? Okay, well, that's depressing. What about another one? Oh! Party, yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
Monthly AIWI check-in.
Monthly IWI check-in. I'm crying. Thank you so much for 9 months, Alba. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the continued support. Everyone who chooses to resub to me and everything. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I don't know. I can save it for Danhong, but I still have some days to make up some stuff. I could play some story too. If you gonna hit a 5-star? You know what? I do want Jingyan. Like I want Silver Wolf, but I really want Jingyan because he's cool. I don't really have a weapon for him, but like I just want to listen to his voice here next. 10 pulls guaranteed 4-star rate up. I mean, I could get a quirky off banner Danhong, you know. But March cons, I really want like her E6. Jingyan is worth? Is he? Oh no, this is no. Oh, 4-star still. Please give me March. Please give me March. Please, please, please. Please give me March. Please give me March. Oh, I don't have her yet. Okay, that's good. I'm happy. I finally got Ting. Good. We finally got Tingyin. And March! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. Let's go. The ideal pull. Now you cry because you chose the Destruction Battle Pass clone? Listen. I don't give a shit. I don't care. We'll get there eventually. I've never pulled a 5-star. I just did 10. So that would bring me to... Okay, so let's go 5 times 8. So 5 times 5. No, 5 times 10 would be 50. So 40. 60. Okay. Well, I just did 2 10 pulls that aren't done there yet. Drops. I don't know, is there drops for Star Rail? I didn't change my title. I don't know if there's drops for Star Rail right now. There was before. Yeah, sorry about that. I just came from Genshin, so I didn't change my title. Sorry. almost have enough for this. I could almost do a 10 pull on there. Well, let's... Wait a minute. Hold on. Yes! Good. I'm happy. I still need Danhong though too. We'll get there eventually, it's okay. And then... Oh yeah, Tingyin. Level up 2 characters. I can only level up 1 because I haven't been to Shenzhou yet to be able to do anything. Like, if I level up him, I think I get a thing, but I don't have this boss yet because I haven't played the story, so I need to play the story. Her, on the other hand, though, I can just auto-add and can level her past that and get the 1 free one. So now I just need 1 more. Need to give her a light cone, though. Oh geez, what element even is she? I don't even know. Lightning. Interesting. Well, we'll get there eventually. It takes the lightning boss, not in Shenzhou? Restart chorus. This one? What's chorus? Oh, this one. Oh, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Wait, she doesn't take the Shenzhou boss? Oh, I can do that. Here's Alex's. Yeah, Servo boss is Servo. Oh shit, I forgot. I don't give a shit. Hit me, bitch. Cool.
自分の意志で結末にたどり着いてみせる。
How many did I need? Not enough. Let's go! Fuck yeah! Tenfold! I have to go. Oh, I didn't even go to do my pulls anywhere. I usually go stand next to Asta. Wait, I need to go to Danhong's room. Standing next to the bed. There's only a thin quilt, but it looks very warm. Yes, it does look very warm. You know what else looks very warm? The heat within my arms. Come join me, random 5-star of choice. That might have sounded a bit creepy. Let's go. Aw, 4-star. But it could be Danhong. Please, yo, we railing? We railing, alright. Please be him. Please. guys shit rails, right? Do we play? Why do we play? Just to suffer? Just to suffer? I mean, at least I used that light cone. Now, is it a superposition? Oh, come on, unlock. Unlock. Cool. That's pretty cool. Oh man. 11 minutes for shop reset. Oh yeah, that's why I signed in, because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. Hi Baron, by the way, hello. Oh guys, look, I forgot. I have this because I bought the thingy. I'm so sad I bought him. I wish I had like more. Well, I have enough to buy 2 more passes if I really wanted to. And these are back in a couple minutes. Oh ho ho. Okay, sold out, sold out. Is there anything else I should buy from here before they leave? Because like I don't do a lot of pulls. Yeah, I already bought the Danhong. Yeah, I did. It's the first thing I did once the reset happened. Not really. How many does this take? 400. How much are these? 90 each? Well, 9 times 10 is 900. It takes 900 of these. Yeah, you are right. I can farm most of them. This would be kind of nice because, like, I know I'm gonna need them. Like 400 though, and it'll cost like 900 to buy like the wishes. Yeah, I do get them, but I always buy them on Genshin though. Anyways, I don't do it. I'm fucking it up. Okay, I still have enough for the wishes and this too. Perfect. This is exactly what I buy in Genshin. Minus the credits too. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. 25, 12. Oh, that is way too much. Nah, dog. I'll just fucking suffer. Do you really do that in Starbucks? Oh. It's okay. I still have enough for all the wishes. I'll take it. I mean, 20 buckos gets me a full 10 pull. $20 dues. We don't even know if they'll reset that yearly. What do you mean? Reset what yearly? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's your... Well, if I go like this, and then I go to the stellar trade. Okay, that's 3. Get 3. And then, that's only 3. And then I'll have 8, which isn't 10, which is really sad because I don't want to do single pulls in this game. But if I do another 10 pull, I'm gonna hit soft pity, and I could get the pretty lion man. I want the pretty lion man or Jephard. I want Gerald. But I want Danhong constellations. Oh no. I'm sorry if I'm triggering anyone by saying constellations. Not triggering, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry if I'm like tilting people by calling it constellations. I can't help it. I love you, Pom Pom, but right now I am... Oh, really? Oh. I dare you to do a single pull? No, I don't want to do single pulls in this game. The first 4 is a Forgotten Hall. Eidolon's hard to pronounce. Well, I think it's Eidolons. I've been pronouncing it as Eidolons, though. Hello, sir. Pom pom. Refine over Super's musician? Yeah, exactly. Same. I'm just like... How much time is there left? 5 minutes? Is this the only thing that monthly resets in Star Rail? The Starlight? Not Starlight. I mean, yes, Starlight, but mainly the like Embers. Did you buy the crown things? Oh shit. Did I buy the crowns? Go check. Yeah, I know Blue Shops reset on the month. I think I bought everything I wanted though. Like, / could really afford. Wait a minute. If I buy both of these, then once this resets, I'll have enough for another temple. Oh, but is it worth it? Do I save for Silver Wolf for Danhong constellations? It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for me to get Danhong, so like, should I pull for Jingyuan? Because like, I do want Jingyuan. Like, it's not that I don't want Silver Wolf, but I do. Is he really worth it though? Like, without his light cone and everything. I don't know. Like I said, I could also lose the 50-50 and I could get Bronya, or I could get Jephard, or Himeko too. If you get Jingyuan, you'll have fresh pity to pull for Danhong. I know. Pretty Lion Boy is worth more than a Dan constellation in my opinion. Baron, you watch your filthy mouth. Oh my, how dare you. Oh my god, hold on a minute, I've got it. We're starting the ritual already. Well, what's a comfy, like, I want a comfy song. Oh, wildfire. We'll wait for the weekly or the monthly reset, and then we're gonna go ham. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try and see if we can pull another March con.
Craft dinner cups aren't just for dinner. So really, they're more like craft mid-game snack cups, or craft waiting for the lobby to fill cups, or craft another unskippable cutscene cups. Ready in 3.5 minutes? They're more than just dinner.
Dry and frizzy hair? Fructis Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum. Argan Oil plus Kera System instantly smooths your hair. Up to 72 hours frizz control, even in 97% humidity. Fructis Sleek and Shine by Garnier Naturally.
Crazy. I'm a day one player. Time passes so quickly, I know. This song is so good. Let's see. We have 1 minute until the reset, and then we'll do a 10 pull, and maybe we'll pull Jingyuan. Maybe. We're at like 60 pity? If we don't, then it's fine though. Yes. Are we even at pity? Maybe off the internet? Exactly. See? Yeah, so did you do your daily? Did everyone do their dailies? Did I do my dailies? Oh no. Oh! Well, I did. But here it is. Alright, guys. Here we go. At the drop of the song, too. Let's fucking go. Oh, not even a 5-star. Okay. Boom. That's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. March, please. Oh, okay. Not March, but Lycon? I guess? Oh. Best cone for March, is it really? Oh gosh. But I've already put everything into the other one that I have on her. Is this the best one? Defense by 16%. After entering battle, increases damage res of all allies by... Okay. That's a banger light cone. What the hell? Like... That's so good. On Fire MC, in my opinion? Interesting. Well, let's, Ascension! Oh shit, I have to go do preservation stuff now. Oh, maybe I'll have enough. Nor. I've got lots of these. Oh, hold on. Let's make sure I've got everything superimposed before I do that. Like cones, 3 stars. Okay, 5, 5, 5, and then 5, 5. This one. Oh, 5, there it is. This one here, 5. This blue one here is already 5, it's level 20. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, everything is already... Cool. I have her light gold that goes with her now. Honk. Shampoo and that in the shop? Ooh? shampoos in my shop mug of course. No. Oh my gosh, Baron. There was a question on Jeopardy earlier, and the answer was Utah, and I got it. And I was like, yeah, I got it. That's gotta be like the most anticlimactic thing story I've ever told. What was the answer? I forget what it was. But it was like some random thing. And like, but it was something like kind of like churchy sounding, and I was like, oh, Utah, I bet, and it was, and I was like, it's so funny to me. Like I got it. Like I totally guessed it. A good guess. Hey, I had like a 1 in 50 something chance. Got it. Oh, whoa. I didn't realize there was a fucking bad guy sitting there. Were your parents impressed? That's the important part. My grandma was. My grandma's always impressed when I get things right. No. Oh, die. Good. Dangerous. Whoa. Go back to the big boy. Let's go. I'm just doing my dailies now before I forget. Oh, almost done. Take one photo. Easy. Say cheese. Cheese. Also, you're right. I'm super overleveled for like Forgotten Hall. I haven't touched it in like a month. I haven't done anything in like a month. Well, also the fact that I had enough to level that fucking light cone from 0 to 60, like, hello? I wish I had more of this though. Still kind of sad that Isn't this on the Lake battery now? This one? Oh, I guess it is, isn't it? Damn. I mean... Yeah, no, we pulled that for... We haven't gone back to it yet. I'm not guaranteed about it. I don't think that's happening. I mean, like... This is a really good, like, cone. But, like, dog... I need to save that.
次お注射の時間よダンス戦闘準備炎の襟を断ち切れその程度しつこいはっもっと悪い子ねおやすみ私が怖いのいや己を解き放つ反抗陽動霊落ほんの気持ちよ気にしないではあすっきりした乗ってる楽にしてあげ蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム私が守る盛り上がってるじゃんもっと鬱陶しいわねいやお注射おやすみしつこい乗ってるあの世に送ってやるやっ手の施しようがね逃がせないわチャンスだよ槍先に火を炎の槍を断ち切れ鬱陶しいやっあの世に送ってやる前回しもボルダータウンそれがもしかしたら想像もし私
本当かクラーラ分かって次ははいクラーラをしょ